Welcome to the summary of the book Percy Jackson, The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. So, first question for you is, out of all the characters in this book, who was your favorite and why?
I guess I like Percy Jackson.
Who's the main character?
Yeah, so he's the main character and very interesting boy.
Now, why do you like him so much?
Well, I mean, he's very special. Like, he seems to have good luck most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what are some facts about him? Who is he basically?
Percy Jackson's a demigod or half-blood, which means that he's a son of a god and immortal, and he's immortal too, but he has powers. So he's the son of Poseidon, and Poseidon is the sea god, so he controls the sea, kind of.
All right. Now there are many different parts to this book. So what do you think was your favorite part out of all of them?
I guess my favorite part is, since Percy Jackson's my favorite character, I really like the part where he carried the sky. So that was a very interesting part because only immortals can carry it, and like gods or whoever, and even Artemis was a god. She tried carrying it. It's really tough, and if Percy can carry it, he's really special.
So who is Artemis?
Artemis is actually the goddess of hunt. So she's the daughter of Zeus and the brother of Apollo.
Oh, okay, very interesting. Now, without giving anything away, because we want our viewers to read the book, but could you give us some details about this book?
Well,
Just a brief summary, please.
so at the beginning of the book, there's actually like 4 demigods. Percy Jackson, obviously. Another is Thalia, who is the daughter of Zeus, and she used to be a tree.
Okay, explain that.
So if you actually read the first and the second book, you will understand. But otherwise, in the second book, when they retrieved the golden fleece, they saved Thalia, who was actually being poisoned, and she turned back into Thalia, like human body.
Uh-huh.
And she was actually a tree because she was dying, and Zeus tried to save her, so he turned her into a tree. Another one is kind of Percy's girlfriend. They're not really in that relation. I don't know. They're not kind of in that relationship yet, but Annabeth is the daughter of Athena, who Athena is the goddess of smarts and wisdom. So and then there's Grover, who is Percy's protector. Where you'll learn about him in the first book. He's a satyr whose top half is human and bottom half is goat. So, they all go to save Nico and Bianca, and then you have to read the book, but I don't want to say anything, but very interesting stuff. Percy, hitchhikes onto the quest where he shouldn't be, and at the end, 2 people die, and then you'll have to read, and then there's an interesting creature which you'll find, and I can tell you what it is. It's a half cow, half serpent, and it lives underwater, and Percy saved it, and it's kind of like the cause of the book. So the Titans are after it, and the gods are after it. And then near the end, Thalia is actually so the gods formed a prophecy where the 3 elder gods cannot have any children, and so Zeus had a child, Thalia, Poseidon had a child, Percy, and the weird part is Hades is the only person who would not keep a promise, but he's the only one who hasn't had a child. So, and Nico and Bianca, we don't know their parents too, so we still have to figure that out. So that's mainly the book.
So you mentioned about Nico and Bianca, and we know they're both demigods, and we know that their father is the god, like he's one of the gods, and the mother is the normal person. By any chance, would you be allowed to tell us who their father is?
I can, but I'll give you hints. So I can tell you that Bianca is actually the one who dies trying to get a gift for her brother, and it's like a statue of Hades, and the only figurine that Nico doesn't have. So she sacrifices her life for that, and Percy gives it to Nico, but then Nico gets really mad at Percy for not protecting her sister. So they are actually, you're right about God being a male. So his father is actually one of the three elder gods.
Who are Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades?
Yes.
This sounds like a very interesting book, and it was. I read it, and it was a very good book. But you'll have to read it to find out who their father is and all the other details. But if you haven't read the first two, I suggest reading those first. So it's Percy Jackson. It's the third book. It's called The Titan's Curse, and it's by Rick Riordan.